Hi BookTube, it's Gina and today is Tuesday and I'm here to do a tag. I was tagged by the Book Buds in their original tag called Your Answer Can't Be Books. I love the idea of this tag. It's a tag all about us, but one in which we cannot have the answer be books or book related. So it's a fun way to get to know some personal things about your favorite booktubers that you may not have already heard. So I'm going to jump right into this. Prompt number 1, what is something you own way too many of other than books? And this is actually a really interesting question. We're going to start off on a philosophical note because I honestly do not own anything that I consider having too much of. Other than books right now, which if you saw my video yesterday, I've been doing a lot of book shopping and that can't be my answer, but I need to do a little culling of my books. But I'm not a minimalist. I like to consider myself an enoughyst. And there's not really a good word for just having enough. I know some people do consider minimalism as just having just what you need. I'm not sure I agree with that definition because I do own stuff. I have books, I have records, I do own stuff, but I own the amount that feels exactly right for me. So I thought the direction I'm going to head on this answer is something that I also collect in addition to books, and that is dishes. This is a 1950s Franciscan California-made pottery, which is just beautiful. I've been collecting this ivy pattern since I was in high school. I was collecting it with my mom. She started me on this, and they've got a bunch of different patterns. They've got a rose pattern and a fruit pattern and an apple pattern. I also collect those. So I do have a lot of these, but I don't feel like I have too many. I've gotten rid of some extra teacups because I don't use these teacups very often, so I just have a couple of these. So I keep what I like to use, what I consider enough, but I don't just buy randomly every piece I find that I like. The other fun thing about this dishware is that this was the dishes that Lucille Ball in the I Love Lucy show in the 1950s, this was the set of dishes that she used at home. When you look at that show, if you see them sitting in the kitchen counter eating dinner, or if you see Fred and Ethel coming over for dinner, you will notice that they are using this pattern. So I like to also think that maybe one of these pieces was used by Lucille Ball or a team in the I Love Lucy show. Now that's a very fun collection that I really, really enjoy. Prompt number 2, what is something that you do for fun that's not reading a book? And there's so many things. I love to cook, I love to entertain, I love to have people over, I love to go wine tasting with friends and visiting, hanging out on my deck, all very important things. But what I wanted to actually, my official answer for this is going to be music. And I'm going to show you a couple of records here. I would say that this is Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I've got a Kiss original old record, which I love. Kiss was very important to me growing up. I've got Bob James and David Sanborn, which is a smooth jazz, one of probably my most listened to records. I also saw them perform this in concert a couple of years ago at a winery in our area where they have a really cool outdoor concert space. And then this is Beautiful Noise by Neil Diamond. This record came out in the 70s, and my baby sister was born in that same decade. And this record always reminds me of that time when I was in my 9-10 years old age, and my sister was born, and it was just a very fun time. So I have lots and lots of records. I think that if I had to pick the most important human or animal thing to me. It's books and music. I love to put a record on the turntable and listen to it from start to finish as an event, not just as a background sort of noise. I also do like background music, so we have a streaming system that I also absolutely love. I love to sing. I sing in my car. I drive my poor husband crazy because I can't sing at all, but I love it. If there was a skill I could have or a superpower I could have, I would give myself a good voice because I love music. Prompt number 3, what is something special or important on your nightstand that's not a book? I don't have anything special on my nightstand, like pictures or knickknacks, but I do have something that's very, very important. And that is, it's a little tiny California adventure Disneyland, what I think was originally a Christmas ornament. It's like an espresso size cup. But the important thing that's in here is my earplugs. I could not live without my earplugs. So that is very important. Prompt number 4, what's something that you buy at a bookstore other than books? And I don't buy much at the bookstore other than books. I do occasionally buy notebooks, but I was just at the bookstore and I did actually just buy this traveler's notebook. It's the perfect sort of small size. I've been trying to figure out where I want to keep notes for YouTube kind of video ideas and just like book thoughts and things. And I've got random notebooks kind of sitting all over the place. But I saw this, it was very inexpensive. It's the traveler's notebook style with the little rubber bands that kind of hold the things in. And I love the size of this. So I bought this at Third Place Books when I was there on my last book buying binge. I only bought one book there, so it wasn't too much. Prompt number 5, what's a fun gift that you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? And all right, you guys are gonna laugh because I've been waiting for an excuse to show this to you because I talk about my sisters and you know how I love them. But this is a gift that this sister, the baby, the middle, and me, the oldest, it's this gigantic picture of us. And I love this. This is my favorite picture of us. I mean, look at how cute we were. This is probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. It's getting older now. I have a smaller version of this picture, just like a normal size one on my mantle. I love this picture. I just think this is hilarious because it's so huge that I never quite know what to do with it because I don't really want my face that big on a wall somewhere. So I think it's really funny, but I loved it as a gift. It was super duper fun to receive. My dad has this hanging up in his house. So that is just something that I thought I would share with you because I love it so much. And prompt number 6, what's a YouTube channel that you watch that's not related to books? I love cooking channels. I love to watch like vegan cooking channels. I love to watch non-vegan cooking channels. I love to get food ideas. So I watch a lot of cooking channels. I love the minimalist small living channels too. I think it's fun to get ideas from some of those. So I think for this one, I'm going to say Allison Roman. Allison Roman is a CookTube author. She's a chef. I think she used to write for the New York Times. I'm not sure that she does that anymore, but she's got a fun cooking YouTube channel where she just, in her kitchen, she just chats, she cooks. She's so funny. She's so personable. I love that channel. So of course I will link that down below. If you like cooking channels, Allison Roman is a very fun channel to watch. And then the tag. So I'm going to tag 5 people. I waited too long to do this. I should have done this last week because everybody's already done this tag. I was gonna tag a whole bunch of people who have already seen it now have posted their videos on this. So I sort of missed the boat on that. So I've got 5 people who I don't think have done it. And that is my dear friend Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading, who is the person who really got me started on BookTube, so I will forever be grateful. 2 is Marilyn Maya Mendoza, who is the baby boomer booktuber. She's having her 71st birthday today. So check out Marilyn's channel. She's cute and energetic and bubbly, and very enthusiastic about books, and a lot of fun to watch. 3 is Claire Fenby, who is an English booktuber who I've been watching for many, many years, since back in the day when she had very short, little cute pixie haircut, and she has such a good channel. I would recommend everybody check it out if you aren't already. She's a pretty big booktuber, so you're probably already watching Claire, but she's wonderful. She did a bookstore tour the other day, and she walks around London and is just one of the best things I ever see. 4 is Plagued by Visions, Juan. And Juan's been doing a lot of tags lately. Juan does horror reviews primarily, talks about horror, which is not my thing, but I love Juan. He is such a wonderful, intelligent, and just interesting person. So even though I don't watch all of his videos because some of them are a little too much for me, I love him. I love his other non-horrible videos, non-horrible videos, not horrible. And so I'm going to tag Juan, and then I'm going to tag Bob the Booker, who is another English booktuber who I love. He's very intelligent and does a lot of reviews on the Booker Prize, which is not something that I generally read, so I get a lot of good book recommendations and ideas from Bob the Booker. So those are the 5 people I'm going to tag. This is a lot of fun. If I didn't tag you and you want to do this tag, please feel free to do it. Also, if you don't have a channel, I'd love to still hear down below in the comments. What are some special things to you other than books? Thanks, BookTube.